Hi guys, welcome to the Fourth Moment Weekly Roundup, and this is where you get your weekly dose of local football action. And as you can see, with me is Coach Andrew Pequeno, as usual. Andrew, how's it? Welcome.
Can you?
Good, I'm a good. And yes, the big coach in the middle is the Coach Roger Fortune. Coach, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on the show.
Pleasure.
Well, thanks for hosting us here at Santos Training, taking a bit of your training time to have a chat to us. Thanks for that.
No problem.
Good. We're going to obviously chat a bit to Coach Roger later on about his Santos team and how well they're doing at the moment. But that's when we get to the ABC. But before we start, we're going to start with the third division. We want to say to you, if you're not watching this video on YouTube, go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. And you might be wondering why we're saying that every week. It's because there's prizes coming, guys. So yeah, make sure you're subscribing. And our sponsor Pequeno will get some prizes out when the time is right. So Andrew, we're going to jump right in. I didn't ask you how your weekend was, but
we can talk about that later. No.
That's somebody more important.
It's another great weekend for us.
Okay, so let's go. We're going to jump into the third division results. Not much matches played this weekend.
Yeah, I think there's a double header coming up this weekend. I think a lot of teams postpone games to this week, midweek.
Yeah.
So and the one game, Saxon Rovers versus Jomos. There was obviously floodlight failure.
Yeah.
So that game will continue. I was told today it's going to be on the 12th of March. So they'll continue 2 minutes before halftime. The score was 2-2 at the stage.
Okay.
So that result is not there. But no, listen, the top 4 or 5 still played this weekend, so we can talk about that. It got very exciting in some of those games.
Coach, you obviously know quite a bit of the third division teams also. So how do you think that season is going so far?
The third division very tight. I can say from position 1 to about 6 or so.
Yeah.
Else it's up and down. So it's mostly the consistency of the teams on top 6, depending on who wants it the most, will take it probably.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at the results there. We got matches played obviously on Friday night and Saturday. So Premier and Greenwood getting 1 over Premier. Andrew, what was the thing you said last week? Premier won the first match.
Yeah, listen, I thought Premier at home were going to be tough to beat. Listen, they were 3-2. Premier was 3-2 up halftime.
Okay.
Second half, Greenwood, I think the experience coming off the bench made a big difference. You got guys like Sean Sopio. He can come on and change a game.
Yeah.
And I mean, listen, Greenwood, they were on a run. We spoke about the run where they lost 4 out of 6.
Yeah.
They've won 3 in a row now. And now when we look at the log later, you'll see how it's changed from being 5th now to top. So it's a good result for Greenwood. They're actually starting now. I mean, they had a problem away from home.
Yeah.
Couldn't get a result. They've won 2 away. They beat Vasco away. They beat Premier away. I mean, those are tough teams to beat away.
Yeah.
So hopefully the run continues this weekend.
Yeah, definitely a good turnaround there by Coach Lionel and the boys. And then the matches played on Saturday. Trini's won and Cape Moyo won, Jails won. I expected Trini's to win that match.
Certainly soccer. Not at home to Trini.
For Trini's at Eitzig, yeah. So a good away draw then for Cape Moyo.
It's never mind Eitzig. Zwane train at NY116, so it's an AstroTurf. They're used to a turf. We all know the Eitzig field, that's a great home advantage for them.
Yeah.
They know how the ball bounces on that field and everything. I was very surprised. I thought there would have been an easy win for Trinis.
Yeah, but well done to the guys there. And then Vasco and Cape Town United, which is Milano basically, 2-1 win for Vasco. Very important win for Vasco. And a damaging loss for Milano because they now drawn into that bottom section there. So they really need to turn around.
I think that inexperience of the Milano team is sort of hindering them now. Yeah, because when you got a lot of youngsters, I'm sure Coach Roger also agrees.
Yeah.
They're inconsistent, man. So 1 week they'll play well, the next week, it depends which side of the bed they wake up on.
And that's where you need your experience as well.
Yeah, which they don't have a lot of.
Yeah. Coming in games like that because Vasco's got quite a few of the games. They've got quite a tough team there.
Okay.
So Milano probably went against the experience of Vasco at Vasco's field and they fought with them.
Yeah, I mean they got a lot of experience, Vasco. I mean you got guys like Ashley Suss, vast experience. He comes on, he changes the game, And I mean at the end of the day, Vasco needed that win.
Yeah.
I mean they went on a run, they lost to Greenwood. They dropped some points in a draw away from home.
Yeah.
Now they're still in contention. Listen, any team I think within 8 to 10 points can still win it. You go on a run like Coach Roger said, 4 or 5 wins in a row, you're suddenly top.
Yeah. And then Saxon and Goal 50. Saxon's a team we've been watching quite closely since we were last there. They've now, I think this is a good win for them because they've turned it around a bit because they were suffering some losses. And 4-0 against Goal 50, that's a good result for them.
Yeah.
At Royal Road.
Again, you got Goal 50, a team that trains on turf.
Yeah.
You know, going away to Saxons.
Yeah.
And, you know, Saxons, they're not a bad team. They got a lot of, you know, core experience and everything. It's just, they just haven't put it together. That game we watched when we did the live broadcast, against Greenwood, they actually played very, very well.
Very well, yeah.
And I was very impressed. And I couldn't believe the fact that they only, you know, 4 points above the relegation zone.
Yeah. And then Matua's in Jamestown. Matua's losing at Elsbury Park against Jamestown United. Good win for Jamestown also.
Yeah.
Also change of team there, and also good result for them.
Yeah, Jamestown will always, as long as, you know, Darren Omaticus plays, they got a chance of scoring.
Goal scoring machine.
He's a goal scoring machine in that league.
Yeah.
And, you know, Matuafontein also, you know, you got to look at the fact also they've got quite a number of young players in their side. You know, guys got one eye on Bale already, you know, those kind of things. They don't want to get hurt. So all these factors, but, you know, Matuas are still, you know, they're mid-table. They're sort of getting into a position now where they don't need to rely too much on away results and that, and make sure they just win the home results to stay up. I don't think their mission is to win the league this year. I think their mission is just to breed the youngsters that are coming through. And there are quite a lot of talented boys there.
Definitely. Woodlands United and Cape Town City. Cape Town City beating Woodlands. They 3-0. Woodlands woes continue. And then this is the result of the weekend for me. Ocean View 5, Invincible Craven 0. We said last week Ocean View have to win.
Yeah.
And they won. They did the unthinkable, I suppose we want to say that.
Listen, 5-0. I didn't expect 5-0.
Yeah.
I watched their game against Premier because they played the curtain raiser to our game against Ubuntu. And they looked very disjointed. So they must have done a lot of work the last couple. I know it was the first game after the transfer window, so obviously got a couple of new guys in.
Yeah.
Listen, 5-0 is a great result for them. Hopefully they build the momentum.
Yeah, definitely. They will make it even more exciting at the bottom of the log.
It's already exciting.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you guys that I have a feeling there's going to need a third team might be relegated, because there's a good possibility a Safa Cape Town team will be relegated from the ABC Motsepe.
Yeah.
So that third bottom spot is also, we've got to watch that over the next couple of weeks, because that is also anywhere 5 or 6 teams are in that range.
Yeah. And then just looking at the fixtures taking place, it's double header. We're not going to go through all of them. We want to go to the ABC. But just some ones that stand out for me here is Greenwood, the Matuafontein.
Sure.
That's going to be a sort of a good match there.
Nice game.
Junction and Jomo's. Junction obviously doing well. Jomo's coming to them. And it will be a tough match there at Heideveld. The Milano Silver Spurs game will be a good game. Exciting game.
It's at Manenberg.
Yeah, the result will be important there. I don't know. Other matches there that stand out for you?
Yeah, I thought Cape Town City. They've actually been climbing up the log.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, last week, you know, they played Trinitarians. They had a 2-goal lead. You know, the Trinis came back, and then they won it at the end.
Yeah.
So I think Cape Town City, you know, they're getting the results now, especially at home. They're tough to beat at home, man. Malta Park, it's a tough place to go to.
And then talking about Ocean View, who's just done well. Their next match is against JL Zwane at home. So
they need those points again.
They need that points again, and a win for them. And if Invincible doesn't win, then the tables have basically turned on the bottom too.
Yeah, and I mean Junction at the moment, I think they're on a run now where they're very consistent.
Yeah.
I don't know when last they've lost a game. They've been very consistent.
Yeah.
And they've got a couple of big games coming up. I've looked at the fixtures going forward. It's them against Silver Spurs.
Yeah.
You know, them against Greenwood. Those games are coming up. It's going to be, the third division. Every weekend there's tough games. And you can't just sit back and there's no chance of getting 3 points. I mean, you saw what happened at Trinis this weekend. Yeah. Everybody thought they'd win, and, you know, they got a draw.
Okay, so that's sort of the third division done and dusted. Remember, if you want to see all that fixtures, go to the website, www.thefourthmoment.co.za, and you'll catch all that results and fixtures as we get them there. Okay, we're going to jump into the ABC Motsepe. We'll do the B first, because obviously we got Coach Roger here. We're going to end off with his stream. So looking at stream B, we got some results there. Royal Blues and FN Rangers. Royal Blues getting 1 over FN there, 2-1 win at home against FN Rangers. Then Wanderers and Ubuntu 4-0 win against Wanderers there. I think that result we sort of expected.
Yeah, I expected that.
Okay, we didn't expect the FN Rangers result. I see you want to say something, but let's not say anything. What they got there, they lost 2-1. Okay.
Yeah, so I said it last week in the show. It's tough to go to Beaufort. And I said it's going to be a lot closer than people think.
Yeah.
You know, and Royal Blues turned the tables. They won the game.
Yeah.
Ubuntu on the run now. Since they've won that 4 in a row.
Yeah.
And I think they've got Okani at home this weekend.
Yep. How's this one, man? I didn't even, I had to hesitate posting this result because I needed to make sure. Battalions won and Claywood no. I never saw that coming.
Listen, Paul. I said Paul, eh?
Yeah.
Last week I said you go to Paul at your peril.
At 5 o'clock.
At 5 o'clock kickoff. I don't know. There's something about that 5 o'clock kickoff in Paul. Yeah, by all accounts, good result.
That does change the dynamic for a team. You play every week, coach. 3 o'clock. Now you 5 o'clock. You travel more than an hour away.
But it's like you said about the Beaufort trip. The Paul trip is the same more or less like a Beaufort trip. If you know what I mean. But it's always difficult to go win the for a team outside Paul.
Yeah. And then obviously I'm leaving the last one for Nova Park versus Young Bafana. 1-1 draw. What happened, coach?
We drew. No, listen. We took the lead early. It wasn't early. About 20-minute mark, we scored about a 25-meter shot. I thought we controlled the first half. Our goalkeeper didn't have much to do first half. We were playing with the wind. And then second half, we conceded a sloppy goal. Very good interplay by them, to be honest, to make it 1-1. And from then on, it was either side. It was end to end. I thought we had 2 or 3 clear-cut chances towards the end to take the game. But it's Young Bafana still top of the log. I mean, near the top of the log.
Coach Ashraf doing well there.
Coach Ashraf doing well. I mean, since he's been there, they beat FN Rangers home. They beat Royal Blues at home. They've drawn against us. And I think they've got Battalions at home this weekend, so they're on a run.
Yeah. Looking at the matches coming up, I wish I can be at this match. FN Rangers versus a Nova Park at Royal Road. It's a tough match, eh?
Listen.
No, that's fine. I was talking to Coach
okay. But I think both teams are in a position now where they have to win. I think the way the log is going, if Ubuntu get the points as we expect, and Young Bafana, if we draw, we're dropping 2 points to the field at the end of the day. And I think, both teams have dropped points the last couple of weeks. FN Rangers, they've drawn to Clearwood.
And
and they've lost now. We've drawn 2, lost 1 of our last 3. So it's getting to the same, and it's also a Cape Town Tigerberg derby. So, it's always tough. I'm sure, as always the case, there'll be a big crowd at Royal Road on Saturday. But listen, every game is tough. As Coach Roger will tell you, every game in the ABC is tough.
You must treat it as a final at the end of the day. I'm sure I'll be there as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're not playing this week, so I'm sure I'll
be
there.
You're not by, okay, cool.
You can bring your cooler box, Coach.
Then Young Bafana and Battalions 3 o'clock. That's taking place on Saturday.
I think Young Bafana will
I don't think we've called a lot of games wrong over the past couple of weeks.
I've played Battalions recently. I played them recently. I think Battalions are a different team at home than away from them. Even though they've drawn away to FN and to Clearwood this season, I still think that they're better at home.
Okay. And then Ubuntu and Okanya. Okay, that's going to take place
at home.
Yeah, Ubuntu's at home.
That should be 3 points for Ubuntu.
And then Clearwood against Wanderers. That's the last.
Yeah, I think Clearwood should get the points there. I think Clearwood now also, they drew against us. They drew with FN. They drew against us. They've lost now to Battalions, and they're sort of off the pace now.
Yeah. Okay, they're just looking at the log there. We got Ubuntu top of the log. I think that's a familiar story. I think that happened last season also in the stream when they sort of filtered at the end. And then Young Bafana, second spot there. Nova Park in third. I must say that is a good achievement for a new team in the ABC Mutsepe. I still say that. And then Battalion's also doing well in fifth spot there, and then obviously in fourth, FN Rangers dropping off the pace because of the loss and the draw over the past couple of weeks. And then that bottom stream there, the bottom Wanderers at the bottom of the log. That's what you were talking about earlier on.
Yeah, that's the South Cape Town team. Yeah, we're all keeping our eye on that. Yeah. I think they're on 4 points. I think Battalions are on 7.
Royal Blues on 7.
Sorry, Royal Blues on 7. Battalions are like on 11 or 14 points. So they should be safe. It's basically between Wanderers, Royal Blues, and maybe Okanya to see who gets relegated there.
Okay, and then and obviously, unfortunately, 2 out of their 3 teams are Cape Town, South Cape Town teams. Yeah. Okay, let's jump to Stream A. At results there. Looking at Stream A results, Cape Town Spurs and City Kings. City Kings there going on their jolly way 4-1 win against Cape Town Spurs. I think we expected that, judging perform the way the season's going. City Kings beating a lot of the big guys. Cape Town Spurs struggling. We are hoping that they can sort of get out of that position. But
I think Coach Rogers played them both recently, so I think he's got a better idea of that.
I was on the field actually, just over half an hour or so. The result stands obviously a win for City Kings, but Cape Town Spurs actually played, and the goalkeeper of Cape Town Spurs made about 3 errors and it cost him 3 goals.
Okay. Yeah.
So It was actually a bit tight, but it was more defensive errors of Cape Town Spurs that City Kings finished from their errors.
Okay. And then
Sorry, but City Kings away from home again,
Yeah.
eh?
yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they went to Outbay, got a result. They went
Yeah.
to Zizwe, got a result. Now got a result at Cape Town Spurs.
yeah,
I think I came to Santos and didn't get a result. A draw.
Draw.
Okay, there we go. So they're tough to beat.
yeah. And then Grassy Park United 3-2 win over Pequeno. I think we did sort of expect that.
I think it ended up a lot tighter than it should have been. I think Grassy Park was 3-1 up at one stage and 2-0 I think at one stage.
Okay. And then Marty's and Outbay there. Marty's getting one over Outbay 1-0. I thought Outbay would actually win that match, but Marty's at home. Obviously, Coach Des doing a good job there, getting a 1-0 win.
But there again, it's a team that trains on turf, playing on grass.
Yeah.
People underestimate the importance of that. And I think Marty's at home are not that easy to beat. Eh?
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Marty's results at home, that's always tight. Eh?
Yeah.
Even when they win, even when they lose at home, it's tight.
Coach, have you played Marty's already? I know you
Yeah,
played
we
Outbay.
played them after the first round, so we won them 2-0.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no, on
Oh,
the
okay,
it's
yeah.
actually it's a difficult situation there on the heat and
Yeah.
so on, but Martins can play. I'll tell you that they've got quite a good team out there and they know what to do. So we just capitalized obviously on our chances that we created and we won the game.
Cool. And then looking at, so that's the fixtures for Stream A. Looking at the fixtures, that was the results for Stream A. Looking at the fixtures coming up.
Did we go to the Santos result?
No, I was leaving it for last, but
Oh,
then I
leaving
forgot
it for
about
last.
it. Thanks for reminding me.
My pleasure. Always my pleasure.
Yes, obviously I kept it for last and then I forgot about it. Santos 1-0 win over Ekapa, good win. That was a tight match. I mean, from what our side, we were looking at the results and so on. And then how was the match?
Look at it. Yet again, like conditions today, it was so windy on Saturday. And we knew this is a team that comes and plays week in, week out, like we just mentioned, Coach. Training on turf field, coming on the grass field, different ball game, and they couldn't get the bounce. So we took our chance and we had quite a few more chances, but our defensive line was actually top notch on the day. They knew what to do. And the team played as a unit and we scored the chance and we got it.
Okay, that's good. Well done. Then looking at the fixtures coming up. Right, so we got Ekapa Sporting against Cape Town Spurs. That's happening on Friday night. You want to call that one?
I think Ekapa at home. Spurs' results I don't think reflect how they play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If the youngsters put it together, they finish their chances, they don't make mistakes, they can beat any team. But I still think Ekapa got the experience maybe at home.
Coach, you want to call that game?
Look, this league, I'll tell you, in this league, any team can win any team at the moment, any given day.
100%.
So, like you just said, Coach, but I think Ekapa at home, it's a win for them. If Cape Town Spurs win it or come out with a draw, it will be a shock result for Ekapa, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. Then Outbay and Grassy Park. That's taking place on Friday night at Outbay.
Sure.
Then City Kings and Marty's. That's on Saturday. And then Pequeno and Zizwe United. Those are the two matches that sort of fill that. I think Zizwe there will win.
Yeah, listen, and Pequeno, if they want to stay up, they need to start getting results. They're tailing off.
Yeah.
You know, and they, I think, if my memory serves me, they got to go to Spurs still.
Yeah.
And it's going to be tough. And also a team, again, Grassfield going on to AstroTurf.
Yeah. Okay, looking at the log there, we got Outbay on top of the log with 21 points, and then Santos obviously second spot, 20 points. Ekapa third spot, Marty's fourth, and completing the top 5 there is Zizwe. And then bottom of the log there, as we said, Pequeno Sundowns and Cape Town Spurs. Coach, obviously we got here when I just chat to you about Santos. It's your first full season with him as head coach. I know last year you were assistant. When you started the season, did you think this was sort of in your reach? Top of the log, second at the moment. I mean, you're actually running for it. I mean, that you're on the pace.
With the preparations we had, we knew it's going to be tight, and when we saw obviously the 2 streams, we knew it's going to be obviously end to end, each game treated as a final, and then take it one at a time. So the preparations went well in the beginning. So now just managing the players and checking out the injuries and stuff like that. But we'll take it one at a time, but and obviously we're going for it. So we'll see. Last 2 games, I think, 6 games left. Last 2 games or so, then you can more or less see, okay, 1 or 2 of these 2 teams are going for it or running for it, or it's going to be on the wire. It's the last game probably. So this league, both streams, is probably going on the last day.
Well, I think that's the sentiment of many of the coaches in the league.
Agreed.
That on the last day, things are sort of going to then only sort itself out, which is exciting for us watching.
Well, listen, Stream A, you're going to have Hart Bay visiting Santos last game of the season. Stream B, you got Ubuntu visiting Hanover Park. I'm not saying we'll be running,
but you can have
but Ubuntu could be top, and they could have to beat us or draw with us, or we needed a win. So everything's going to go down to the last game. I agree with Coach Roger. And the thing about this season especially is that I feel that the teams are a lot more closer than in previous seasons. You had a couple of teams where you thought, okay, I can get a result. But I think the top 6 or 7 in each stream, it's tough. Anybody can beat anybody.
These actually, I like how humble coach is actually telling his team it's not his team. But for the squad that Hanover Park has, and I'm sure you guys will also run for the coach.
We're trying. We're not helping ourselves, but we're trying. We'll see after this weekend.
And then also, Coach, just on Santos. Obviously, Santos is a club with a big history and so on. You came here, obviously, you're turning things around because they've been struggling quite a bit. Sort of, even in the ABC Motsepe when they've been there. What's sort of the secret? Is there anything you did specifically to sort of get that motivation back or fighting spirit back? Are there many of other players now? Is it a new team? I haven't watched Santos play this year. Sort of, just give us a short.
It's actually the core of the team is still there. Just 1 or 2 few extra youngsters, quality youngsters that we brought in. So the core is still there. We're just working on the good work of last season and taking it obviously further, 1 notch further. So I can't say we were just thinking about the league last year. But maybe your concentration was off from league because you were in the Nedbank.
Okay.
So this year's more concentrating on one thing and we're focusing.
Okay, that's good. Then Andrew, okay, that's basically it for the leagues.
I thought, Coach Roger's also quite humble. He talks about we played them in a friendly, they played us off the park in December. Listen, I've been very impressed with Santos. I don't expect anything less from a team that's coached by Coach Roger. They're very, very well structured, well set up. And he's got this knack of getting the best out of his unders. I remember when he coached the Young Pirates, when he's playing against us at Hanover Park, he gets the best out of the youngsters, man. And I think that's the important thing that people need to realize. Even though teams are challenging for the title, there's a lot of development going on in the background. So that, even if you don't get it this year, next year, you've got that core again. Because Coach Roger, maybe like me, I like to have the unders for 2 or 3 years in a division so you can, mature them. And I'm lucky that everything worked on the plan where my unders have been with me for 2 years now and they're coming in here with experience into the ABC so I can rely on them. And he's done the same. He's brought in youngsters even this season from outside and they're doing very well. I mean, he's got 1 from me, so it was fine.
There's even our center backs. I've got 2 center backs, 17 years old.
Sure.
So they're actually doing very, very good.
Wow, that's good. That's good to hear. Okay, so that's basically all the leagues done and dusted. We're just going to run through quickly. There was a tournament obviously that took place on the weekend at William Herbert, the Spurs Cup of Dreams, the ladies tournament. And then Cape Town Roses coming on top there, Andrew.
That's good. They beat Invincible came in the final.
Invincible came up second, maybe weren't Invincible, two Invincible that day. And then Dangerous Heroes ending with the 3rd spot there.
Correct.
So we want to say well done to Winston there for a well-run tournament and sending us the results. And then also tournaments taking place this month. I know there's quite a bit, but the ones I've just noted, Garlandale's 7-a-side, that's 3rd and 5th of March, which is this weekend. And then we still need to do an in-depth sort of talk on the Morney Barnes Youth Cup from Jamestown.
Which will do.
That's happening the 11th and the 12th of March. And then obviously also on the same weekend, the Strandfontein tournament. So, you can decide where you want to go.
A lot of football.
A lot of football. And then there's more. This is only some of it.
There's a lot of LFA teams doing preparation for season. Lots of friendlies going on. So
I was going to say, and it's
football everywhere.
Season. It's
football everywhere.
So everybody's getting all the cobwebs out. And so guys, if there's nothing else, Coach Roger, you want to say anything before we end?
No, just say thank you for the interview. Thanks guys for your time.
Thanks for availing yourself, sacrificing the training. I hope it doesn't have an effect on the result.
No.
Don't blame us. Andrew, anything from your side?
No, listen, go out. If you're going to pick a game to watch, go out and enjoy it. There's lots of games this weekend. And listen, at the end of the day, football is being played everywhere.
Guys, and like we said, the website is your source of information, www.thefourthmoment.co.za. Go check out all the results and fixtures there. Also, before we go, we need to say thanks to Pequeno, our apparel sponsor, also the official sponsor of Bale, which we're going to do a bit more about from next week. And so look forward to that. And don't forget, YouTube, like and subscribe, or wherever you watch this, share the hell out of it. Okay. Until next time, we'll see you. Cheers.
Cheers.